been watching my channel for a couple years, you've probably heard me talk a lot about my relationship to exercise, or joyful movement as I like to call it, and I've made it a little bit of a series. I'm not exactly sure the first time I heard someone refer to it as joyful movement, but it's the celebration of loving your body and not the punishment of hating your body. And I really relate to that a lot and resonate with it a ton, and it's definitely been a journey of ups and downs, but I really wanted to set a fitness goal for myself that had nothing to do with weight loss or aesthetics, because as a size 16, mid-size, plus size, whatever you want to call it person, I think there is sort of expectation that comes along with it when you talk about fitness, because people assume that you're trying to shrink yourself or that you're on a weight loss journey. And that's not the case for me at all. I wanted to set realistic fitness goals for myself and use exercise as a form of self-care, because I definitely feel in the last couple of years especially, I really haven't been taking good care of myself, and that's in all areas of life. So, you know, I got in therapy last year. I'm trying to make more of a conscious effort towards movement, so we're getting there. But I wanted to try this because I've heard a lot of people say, I mean, I don't know how true this is, but if you want to make something a habit, you should do it every day for 30 days. Kind of a lot. I've heard people say that when they quit smoking, or if you want to start journaling, or if you want to start making your bed every day, or whatever. And my whole kind of mindset going into this was to have a no big deal attitude about it. A no big deal attitude towards waking up, doing a quick movement session, feeling really good and feeling those endorphins afterwards, and then just like going on with my day, like just making it a part of my routine. So we're gonna get into all the details and how it went for me, if I continued the entire journey all the way through. I really was just gonna make this like a personal thing for myself and not talk about it, but I feel like it does go along with a lot of the topics that I discuss here on my channel, which is self-love, confidence, neutrality, all of that. Just a quick disclaimer, as you can tell by the title, I am gonna be discussing things like exercise and body image in this video. If you feel like this isn't conducive to you and your journey right now, totally okay to click off. I have a lot of thoughts and a lot to cover, but we'll take it back to the very beginning, which was like since birth, I have hated exercise. I have always hated it, and I think especially because of the very diet culture centric world that I lived in my teens and 20s, being a cheerleader in high school and also just a girl who grew up and just was obsessed with the idea of being thin. I never had a good relationship with exercise. I always viewed it as a form of punishment. If I ate too much, if I wasn't fitting into my jeans, or whatever the case back then, I really used it as a very negative thing, and there's no wonder that I never enjoyed it. It just was never something that obviously brought me any kind of joy, so it never stuck. And I would say throughout my life, every couple of years, I would go through like another cycle of, okay, I'm gonna try this workout. And keep in mind, I was very diet culture centric up until a couple of years ago, right before the pandemic when I still lived in LA. I went to a couple of classes that were kind of more body positive in nature, and it really helped me a lot. It really made me feel like, oh, okay, exercise can be fun. You can actually feel good afterwards and not feel like you want to throw up. But still, I was kind of in this mindset of like, you have to do this X amount of times per week. And I really still had, like, I put a lot of pressure on myself still. So when I got the idea to do something like this, it was probably around the holidays last year where I was like, okay, how can I start taking better care of myself? So I decided, okay, let's try this and sort of reframe it, you know, and look at it through a different lens and see if I can just make it a no big deal thing, like I said, make it a part of my routine, and go into it with completely different goals than you would normally. For me, it was, I want to feel like I have more endurance. I don't want to be so winded all the time. I want to have less back pain. I want to feel stronger. I want to be able to crush someone with my thighs if they intrude my house. You know what I mean? I want to feel more connected to my body. I want to feel more appreciative of my body and respect the fact that my body is my home and take good care of it. Improving my mental health is a big one. Like I said, I'm already in therapy, but just making it even better. I feel so much more clarity mentally when I'm exercising. So I really do think that having that set of goals going into it and not paying attention to a scale or numbers or measurements or anything has like really changed the way I look at it altogether. So for the exercise that I did, I decided to go into it and start with the exercises that I know I enjoy and kind of go from there and maybe add in a few extras as I went along. So I did a lot of treadmill workouts, the treadmill incline. You can throw on like a Taylor Swift playlist playlist, you can listen to a podcast, you can watch YouTube videos. That's really nice. As you've seen on my channel, or if you're new here and didn't know, I did a Peloton hack, which is essentially just buying a cheap exercise bike and then downloading the Peloton app to your iPad. I did a lot of that. I think I did 12 classes in the month of January, so about half of the time. I did one of my favorite workouts of all time, which is called Pony Sweat. It is a class that's actually physically based in LA that I went to with a friend a couple of years ago, and it is a fiercely non-competitive dance aerobics class, and it's entirely set to like 80s underground kind of like new wave music, and it's so cool. They live stream every single week. They do in-person classes, and then sometimes they have videos that you're able to rent as well, and that has been probably the most game-changing exercise class that I've ever taken. It has literally changed my life. It's changed the way I view my body. It's changed the way I view exercise. It's just so gentle, but like it's a tough workout. How the instructor approaches the way that she speaks to you in her class is just like literally mind-blowing. It's amazing. I did a couple of YouTube workouts, so like YouTubers who do fitness content, I like tried a couple of those. Those were hit and miss for me. And then one of my favorite things that my boyfriend and I started doing is taking walks around our neighborhood. We've basically figured out like a little route that's really cute. It walks through this little village area, and it's like a 3-mile walk. We feel amazing afterwards, and it's just like the most wholesome thing ever. And while I do still live in Arizona and it's winter time and we're able to walk outside, we're trying to take advantage of that the best we can because it's literally like 70 degrees and sunny every day, so it's just been magical. So that's kind of all of the workouts that I did. I didn't really branch out from that because again, I just really wanted to keep it like comfortable, sustainable. These are workouts that are kind of go-to for me, and I didn't want to branch out too much to overwhelm myself. Now, a question you might be asking is, did I miss any days? And the answer is yes, I did. Of course I did. I mean, life happens, things come up, but I really noticed a huge change from like the first day that I missed, which I think was only like 5 or 6 days into it, versus the last day that I missed, which was only a few days ago. And it's just, I noticed how much my mindset had even changed throughout it, because every single day I did like write a little bit of a note in my phone with like what workout I did and like how I felt. So whereas before, like in my 20s or my teens, when I would track how many calories I burned or step on the scale or whatever it is, this time I really wanted to focus on how I felt. So I did take a few notes, and I would say like, I didn't really enjoy this class this day, or this day it was really hard, or I felt sick after this workout, or I felt amazing after this, I can't wait to do it again. Really just taking inventory of how I was feeling throughout the process, and that really, like looking back at that list, that has been so impactful. So looking at my list here, I missed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days out of the 30 days. So I completed 25 workouts. And I noted on my first rest day, it said unintentional rest day, and then I put guilt in all caps. And I noticed that right away. I noticed that I was feeling guilty because I was like, oh, I only made it to day 8. Was it day? Yes, it was day 8, by the way. And I just felt like I already failed. I failed this resolution, and it's like, no, I was just realistically finding ways that made it work for my routine. I think we were like out of the house all day, and then by the time I got home, it was late at night and I didn't want to do it, and so I didn't do it. And then the last day, which was January 27th, I had a brow lamination appointment, and you can't work out for 24 hours, and so I literally just put rest. That's all I put. So by the end of it, I was just like, yeah, I rested. It's no big deal. Besides the rest days, how I felt throughout the month in general just really started picking up, and it got better the longer I did it. And of course I had some days where I was like, that workout sucked. Like there were some Peloton classes where I was like, I could have gone without that. That did nothing for me. Or like workout videos or whatever, and we'll get into that in a minute. Some of it was very fitness bro, intense, maybe weight loss focused, and like those type of things don't work for me, and we'll talk more about that in a minute. But in my notes, I want to say it was day 9, so it was like the day after my rest day. I remember putting in all caps, like it started to feel easier, and it felt really good. For the first, I think, week, it was kind of like, okay, I'm doing this, this, I'm taking care of myself, I'm going on my stupid walk for my stupid mental health. In other parts of my notes, I was saying that workouts were tough, but I felt stronger. And things that I held on to during workouts were when instructors would say things like, you're progressing, so why are you stressing? Or take a minute to say thank you to your body for what it's doing for you today, or I'm proud of you for showing up and doing this self-care for yourself. There was one day, probably about halfway through the month, where I was not feeling it, I was not in the mood, I really didn't actually want to do it, and I was like, am I pushing it too hard to try and do this? But then about halfway through the workout, something switched and I just felt so good. Like, it really relieved so much stress for me. I even want to say towards the end of the month, there was a day where I was having like a really stressful day with work stuff and tax stuff, and I was just like, I need to clear my head. So I hopped on the bike and did a Peloton workout, and I like was craving that feeling. That endorphin rush, that feeling of like a sense of pride for doing something good for yourself, and I just really enjoyed it. There were a couple of moments that I did want to note that just really kind of were discouraging, and I hope that there will be more improvements in the future, but specifically when I was taking workout classes through things like Peloton or YouTube videos, there really was and is a lot of like super bro fitness culture intertwined in that, and like when you go to Peloton, everyone is just incredibly ripped and fit, and you can feel kind of inferior sometimes when you're doing these workouts. Sometimes you have to be cautious who you take classes from, and I totally understand that people have different preferences when it comes to how they want to be instructed. Like, some people like to be yelled at and told like, push, you have to do this. I didn't feel that way at all. So while some of the classes that I took were like, you can turn up your resistance if you want, but if you don't want to, don't push it. Like, just be here, get through the workout with us, enjoy yourself. I really appreciated classes like that. But there were other times where it was like, don't you dare sit down, you stay out of the saddle and you keep pushing, and you know, all these different things, and that doesn't motivate me at all. In fact, it makes me want to like stop. And that's what I've learned, is that everyone has different preferences when it comes to exercise. So some of the diet culture-y stuff and workouts that I did that were like, lose weight fast, or do this video every day if you want to lose weight, like that doesn't make me feel comfy and safe. It can be a slippery slope, and it's obviously like an incredibly nuanced topic when you go into talking about anything that's related to health, even though it's such a like general blanket term, but it has been kind of co-opted by the diet culture and fitness industry. I personally love following people on Instagram like Meg Boggs and Tiffany Ema, who talk about fitness in such a respectful way, and it just makes sense. So I would highly recommend following them in the description box below. You are allowed to work out and exercise and express joyful movement and like expect no result at all. You can just do it just because you enjoy it. But I think a lot of the classes that I took, you were looking for some sort of like output or to get on the leaderboard, and I think that's fine, but it just wasn't for me. But by far the best workout, and the one I look forward to every weekend, I had like been saving it for the weekends, is Pony Sweat, the aerobics class that I was talking about, because the way that she talks about fitness and movement is so inspiring. And she says things like, you can do whatever it is that I'm doing, like I'm here to instruct, but if you don't want to do it, fuck the moves, don't do it. Do whatever feels right to you. And she talks about things like, if you're doing a certain move, it's going to look different on every single body because every body has a different joint structure. And I just love the no pressure type of atmosphere, and it makes you actually want to work harder. It just makes you feel safe and like comfortable. And at the end of the class, she has you like hug yourself and thank your body, and it's just incredible. So as far as how I feel now about it, after the 30 days is over, actually today is the final day, the day I'm filming this, so I am going to do a workout this afternoon, but after the 30 days has passed, I really do feel so empowered. I feel like I've finally started taking steps towards self-care, which is something that I have openly struggled with online for a really long time. And I think a lot of that has to do with trauma from the past. It has to do with having ADHD and not really being able to focus on something for too long, but doing it in small amounts. Like, I only did 20 to 30 minute workouts most days. I think a couple days I did like 40 or an hour, but but really mostly it's just very quick, very easy, just get a little movement in and go about your day. And it's really changed a lot in me. It's changed a lot in my confidence, even though I'm the same exact size. Like, it's somehow made me just feel stronger. I learned that I really can do anything I put my mind to, and that a lot of what gets in my way is self-doubt or fear or self-judgment, and that taking care of yourself shouldn't feel like a chore. I mean, maybe some days it might, but I really have been blown away by how much I look forward to it every day, and it's something that I genuinely enjoy as part of my routine. It makes me feel really happy. It's an amazing de-stressor for me, and I've really come a long way in this, in just my outlook towards exercise, towards myself, which leads me into the next question that you might ask, which is, will I continue? And the answer is yes. Will I work out every single day? Probably not. I mean, I feel like that's a little unrealistic. Even though it's nothing big, I don't think I would do it every day, but I definitely will continue to make it a part of my routine because it genuinely feels amazing. This video is already so long, so let me know if you want to see more videos like this and how you want to see me approach the joyful movement topic throughout the year. Do you want to see me try workouts for the first time? Do you want me to go to workout classes? Do you want me to do like a specific video on just Peloton workouts that I do, etc., etc.? Leave all of those suggestions in the comments below. This has been a really positive experience overall, so I kind of wanted to bring you along the journey. So I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. You can also turn on my post notifications if you want to be notified every time I post a new video. I'm sending you all of my love. Thank you so much for stopping by on your journey on the internet today. It means the world to me, and I will see you hopefully very soon. Bye.